By the end of this video, you'll have an answer to the question, what side business should I start? Because I'm going to tell you about a great side business that doesn't take much money to start, that doesn't take a lot of time to start, and that you can do in your spare time. And you're going to love this business because it can grow. It can grow to replace any kind of job income. It can grow as big as you want it, or you can keep it small as a side business if you want to do that. It is truly a terrific business. And be sure to stay on until the end, because at the end, I'm going to give you access to more advanced resources so you can go down the path and actually get started in this amazing business I'm going to tell you about. When a property is sold at a foreclosure auction, money that's left over is available for the former owner to claim. For example, if it's sold at a tax foreclosure auction, which would be where they didn't pay the real estate taxes, on a $400,000 house, you don't pay your taxes for 3 or 4 years. They'll sell the house at the auction. Total bill is going to be $50,000 to $60,000, depending on the state you're in. But let's call it $50,000 to keep the math simple. So you have a $400,000 house, there's $50,000 owed in taxes. When bidders go to that auction to bid on the property, there are lots of bidders at tax auctions. They're going to pay probably 80% of the value of that property minus whatever they think the fix-up is. So let's say they thought it needed $120,000 in fix-up. So they're going to say $400,000 house, so I want to pay 80% of $400,000, that's $320,000. Needs $120,000 in fix-up, I'd pay $200,000 for it. And as you can imagine, if you go to a foreclosure auction, you get a $400,000 house for $200,000, people are really excited about that, and that's why they go for that. But you only owed $50,000. So what happens, the property's auctioned, it goes for $200,000, the government collects $200,000. The government needs $50,000 that it takes, or $50,000 that it takes to cover the taxes, but then there's $150,000 left over. And the question is, what happens to that? That money is called overages money, and that money is available for the former owner to claim for themselves. But the money rarely gets claimed. The reason it doesn't get claimed is the owners don't know that there's money available. They think, they sold my house, so therefore they must keep the money, because that just makes sense, right? I can tell you as a lawyer, but that's not the way it actually works. The way it works, yes, they take the $50,000 they're owed, but the rest of it is available to you as the former owner, because that's really the equity in your house. So that money is available to claim, but it doesn't get claimed. For example, the state of Maryland, which did a study, I saw a 3-year study, 72% of the time the money was never claimed. It just sat there, and after 3 years they just transferred into their general operating account. It's their money. So it forfeits when it sits for too long. So it's not like the government's going to go find people and say, hey, would you like your refund? Because if they don't say anything, they get to keep it. Now, will they give you the money if you ask? Absolutely, yes. They don't give you hard time. It's like your income tax refund. If you fill in your 1040 tax form, say I'm owed a refund, they just give you a check. No problem. It's the same thing here. But if you don't apply, like if you didn't fill in your tax form, you wouldn't get your refund, right? That's exactly the way this works. What happens is that money sits there in government accounts until it forfeits. And there are lists, like just for example, this one that I'll pull up on the screen. There are lists just like this of monies that are being held that are left over from foreclosure sales. And this is an actual list, and there's a lot of money, as you can see on there. And it gives you all the information you need to get started. It gives you the address of the property, the name of the former owner, and the amount of money that's sitting there. And this side business that you should start is just get these lists. I can show you how to do that in 15 minutes. You get the lists, you look up the contact information for the people. Again, that's something I can easily show you in an hour how to do that. You look up the contact information. Using the systems I use, you'll get their phone number, their current mailing address, their current physical address, their Facebook information. If they have a Facebook account, you can send messages through Facebook, their email address. All that is available. Using simple methods I'll show you how to do. Then you reach out to them. We usually just call people up because it's easier. Call people up, say, hey, Fred, our company locates refunds that people are owed. We noticed a big refund that you're owed that hasn't been claimed. Are you aware that you can claim $50,000? They never are, and they say, no. Really? Yeah. And you offer the service of going and getting the money in exchange for a percentage if and when you're successful. For people that don't know where the money is, have no idea where it's even coming from, this is a great offer because you're just going to go get the money. Doesn't cost them anything. All they have to do is give you permission to go pursue the money. If you're successful, they get a big windfall. If you're not successful, it doesn't cost them anything. Easy for them to agree to. And great for you, because if you think about it, you can get a percentage of all these monies. Look at this list. All these monies that you're seeing, you can get a percentage of those for everybody who gets to work with you. And for us, we charge 30 to 40%. I modeled it after work we do as an attorney for contingent fee cases. It's a free country. You set your rate at what you want. We charge between 30 and 40%, depending on the case, the size of the claim, the amount, how complex we think it is. So either way, it's great money. So imagine a percentage of those claims going to your pocket in your side business. It's great. The people get the vast majority of the money. You get great pay. You go on. It's a really terrific side business. You don't have to do that many deals to make great money. And I also love about this business, it doesn't take a lot of money to start. It doesn't take a lot of time to start. And you can do it all on the side. $2,000 is a great budget to get the education you need, to get the tools that you need, and to get started. So that's fine. It's not a fortune. One deal will pay more than that, so you can make money even on your first deal. It doesn't take a lot of time. Most people can learn this business in a couple of weeks part-time. I would say 10 to 12 hours of study, you should be able to get started and do the business. Whatever would take you to do 10 to 12 hours studying materials, because I published a course on this, so about 10 to 12 hours is what I think it would take. So it doesn't take a lot of money to get started, it doesn't take a lot of time to get started, and the deals are pretty quick. It takes a couple months to get your first deals under contract and start getting them paid off, but if we're talking 6 or 8 months from now and you've really tackled this, you should have your first money coming in. You should have your business up and running. You should have the confidence from knowing you can do it. You can get the list, you can get the contact information, you can sign the people up, and you can recover the money. And it doesn't cost a lot to do any deal either. We actually send people out to go do the sign-up process. I can give you access to the same people. We pay them between $60 and $100 to go out, get the people signed up, and return the papers to you. So that means that you don't have to go out and meet people during the day. You don't have to find an excuse to leave work. You can do it from anywhere in the country, and you can do it to anywhere in the country. Even if you live in sort of rural place where there are not lots of people around, maybe not as many business opportunities, your business opportunities here are just from using the phone, talking to people, using the mail to mail in claims, using the internet to do research. So it's a really great business to start as a side business, and you can start in the off hours because you're calling people up or reaching out to them across the internet. You can reach out to them after work. Everybody's home then anyway. So nights and weekends, very easy. It's a really great business to start as a side business. Again, quick to start bringing the money in, and those are the features I think you should look for. I think you should look further into this if this appeals to you. And by the way, the person that's going to be good at this is happy reaching out to people with the good news, signing them up, getting the money, and is really thrilled to get 30 or 40% of it. Let them have the majority. So if you feel good about helping other people and you want a great side business, this is the one for you. So to learn more about this, I've recorded an intro to the overages business. You can see a link on your screen if your browser supports the on-screen link. So you see a link to it, you can click on that, or if you don't see the link, just look down below in the description. There you can go to my next video, which is Intro to the Overages Business. Go there. I'll meet you there. I'll show you more details about this business and hopefully help you get started in the overages business, which is a great side business. It's profitable, it's fun, it's rewarding, doesn't take a ton of money to start, and anybody can do this who's willing to reach out to other people, tell them good news, and then go get some money for them.